Hello everyone, hello. I'm here. It's Tuesday. Welcome to tonight's stream. We're gonna be doing, our Week 1, Draft League, replay reviews. And then, after that, I don't know. But we're starting the stream tonight with, the Draft League. We got some exciting battles to show off, including, my loss. That's sad, and you'll all cry about it. I hope you're all doing well, though. Hope you're all having a good Tuesday night. I've been chilling. I beat Fire Emblem 7. Which was nice for me. That game's fucking awesome. That's what I've been up to the past couple of days. I didn't stream yesterday because my back really hurt. I like, at some point during yesterday at work, I like fucked up a muscle in my back. I like tore it or something. But I'm okay now. Guys, it's okay. But I'm excited to get right into it. And of course, with me is my co-host and my good friend, Sienna.
Hello. Salutations. It's time for some friggin' draft battles.
As they say on the Muppets, it's time to play the music, it's time to light the lights.
Yeah, every Pokemon is a Muppet.
Kind of true.
Yeah, and just for the record, if you're a member of the Draft League, if you're in the stream chat, you can well, I guess if you're not too, it doesn't matter. You can hop into the audience on the stage in the Discord. We're the first people to ever use the stage feature on Discord. I promise. It's the first time we're breaking new ground. Yeah, and basically we're gonna go through matches. We're gonna talk about them. I think we're mostly gonna be going through. Morgan, do you have the sheet pulled up, like on your crap?
Yeah, I have the sheet pulled up.
Yeah. And we'll just be going through each match, like, weekly, and I think, like,
I think what happened in New York was a tragedy.
Sodom does need to pay the price.
Sorry, I saw my chance.
Yeah, I think we'll mostly go through in alphabetical order, with the notable exception of Charlotte's game, which I am saving for last. People who are in the league who have watched Charlotte's game know that it needs to be, like, saved. It's really important. But, you know, other than that, we have a nice few matches here. Morgan, also, when you're streaming the sheet, would you mind streaming it to Discord as well, just so I
right, yeah,
can see what you're doing in there at the same time. Just get the double up.
But we should talk about a big shakeup that happened in Week 1 also,
yeah.
I think.
So Devi had to drop out. Devi had some mental, physical health issues that, you know, unfortunate, but we were able to get Belle in to replace them.
Everybody better say well wishes to Devi. They wanted to be a part of it,
yeah.
But, you know, things came up, things happen, and we didn't want them to, like, force themselves. Is everyone hearing the song twice? It's probably because you don't have my screen share muted on Discord.
Yeah.
To be fair. If you're hearing the song twice.
But yeah, it's it's kind of a like. Yeah. Basically, Bell inherited most of Debbie's roster, and then got 4 free agent trades. So let's do a really quick, our final draft roster review for just the trades that Bell did for Debbie's roster. Bell traded Mega Abomasnow for Mega Altaria.
Pixelate is
Mega Altaria
sick.
is really nice. Yeah, Mega Altaria is great. I mean, it's very versatile. You can look at those stats and you're like, damn, those are some good stats. They can do a lot of things. Got good moves, too.
Dragon Fairy is like a crazy stab combination, too.
Crazy defensive and offensive typing, yeah. We have Hatterene for Victini. Belle loves Hatterene. It's one of her favorite Pokemon, so the fact that Hatterene was unclaimed made her very happy, so she grabbed the Hatterene.
I'm sad that Victini got traded, but I also understand it, and I think Hatterene is like a very good choice. Just based on seeing it around in OU, I mean, it is the best, one of the, like, or not one of, it is the best, like, Magic Bounce guy currently.
The best Magic Bouncer, and it's the best, like, it's so good at, it's so good at just kind of, I don't know, it, like, clicks Calm Mind a couple times, and then it's impossible to beat it.
Yeah, it's, like, weirdly, like, I don't know, like, not that the defenses look bad, but Hatterene, I think partially because of its, like, it's pretty good typing, is just, like, way bulkier than you think it would be.
Yeah. Then we traded Tier 2...
Hey! Hey! What the hell?
What?
What is your problem? You can't. Come on.
Yeah, Faye, can I report Bell for bullying? Yeah, Bell drafted like 3 fairy types on top of, while fighting Faye next week, who has 1 fairy resist, so shouts out. Nidoqueen, then it was Nidoqueen for Dusknoir. Devi kind of infamously drafted Dusknoir Tier 6 as a Tier 2. Bell decided to grab Nidoqueen there. I think Nidoqueen's great. Some people might question Nidoqueen and Nidoking being in the same tier, but I promise they're, like, both amazing. Nidoqueen is better in some instances. It just depends. But they're both very good at clicking sheer force buttons. And then finally, Bell was very insistent on getting rid of Absol for some reason. I don't know. She might be an Absol hater. But she decided to grab Ferocid in Tier 6. Who's kind of a boss. I think Ferocid's one of the better Tier 6s, really. Very versatile mon.
Yeah, it seems kind of scary with Eviolite.
Oh yeah, it's very bulky. I mean, it does Frothorn things, it just doesn't have leftovers, basically. It's like Frothorn, but weak to knockoff. And, yeah. And its fucking Gyro Ball still hits hard, because it has base 10 speed. You know, that 50 attack uninvested, I was doing some calcs, like, for the game against Lilly. I was doing, like, it was like Okoing Tapu Lele, even with no investment, just because it's that slow.
Bell kind of, with
And
her
super
current
effective.
setup, would honestly not have a terrible Trick Room setup.
Yeah, it's not the worst. I like you can Trick Room. It's just there isn't really much of a Trick Room like sweeper other than Hat, but Hat also kind of needs to be the Trick Room setter, so it's weird. But you know, anyways, but that's out of the way. That's all worth noting. We'll be interested to see how all that goes. I don't know what replay we'd like to start with.
Yeah,
It might be best to
just Just tell me which one to go for, boss. I got them
Bell
all over.
said, Bell said, briefly joined on accident. I won't be able to get in for another hour, so I'll do everything I can, but try to hold off on talking about me and Lily's man until I'm home. So, okay, so we'll hold off on Bell and Lily's match for right now. So I think let's do. Who do we have here? We have. Well, I mean, hey, we have Ray and Hazel here, so I guess we might as well do that. Let's pull up Sauzels versus Ray, which is kind of further back in the list, but let's go for it.
It works for me.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it hyper fast. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Normal is usually best for this stuff. But yeah. So yeah, we can pull up. I guess we can pull up Ray's battle theme for this one.
Yes, yes. We have awesome. Everybody has an awesome battle theme.
Yeah.
It does mean I have to figure out where the fuck. There's my music. Okay, die music.
Yep. Okay. Bye bye music.
Goodbye to all music of the world. You're sending it off like your child's first day at kindergarten.
All music has been destroyed. I'm sorry, except for this one. This one's pretty cool. Yeah.
I mean, this music
if the time shuffles around to, if we run out of time on this, we can start playing Hazel's, and then yeah, we're winging the music. We're winging the battle themes. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah. And make sure to start the replay muted on Showdown. Play music.
I always do.
Yeah.
I never want to hear the Pokemon Showdown noises in my life.
Nobody does this. Well, yeah. So I think we can get going.
Get them both in here.
Do you wanna do that? Do you wanna do that while we're during the replay, or do you wanna do it after?
I guess it probably makes more sense to do it after, right?
Yeah, let's do it after. I think that saves on crosstalk. 4 people is a lot.
True. The week 0 stream has to be the least amount I've talked in a 5-hour stream ever.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of The Last of Us 2, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going a little fast, actually. Well, we got the turn 1, like, both just switch immediately.
You can turn it down to slow if you want.
Both start on slow.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll even go really slow on this one. Because there's a lot of switching happening right away.
Infuriate on this. So the band gets knocked off the Toxicroak, which is pretty bad, because I think a lot of the Toxicroak calcs were kind of designed around band, and then it gets intimidated, so this is just kind of one of the most cucked Toxicroaks ever. It did 8%.
This Toxicroak is basically having the most miserable fucking night of her life.
I helped Hazel prep for this game, and Overquill was one of the big concerns, because it's actually really hard to break for Hazel's roster.
I've used Overquill before, it's quite good.
Yeah. And there's the double taunt. Ray's running double taunt on Finny and Overquill, which makes it even more annoying, because getting that hazard pressure up is just that much harder.
Meanwhile, Overquill is just chilling. The Lad of Us Part 2 is just chilling, putting up spikes, having the time of his life. He's going to fucking Vegas after this.
Yeah.
The T-Wave coming out, though.
Yeah. That can kind of stop the taunts. But,
yeah, Overquill is a little faster than Skarmory, so this is quite preferable for Skarmory. Skarmory can finally come in and do Skarmory things.
Yeah. Gets a Reflect up. I think this was Reflect only on the Rotom Heat, if I recall correctly. Nice chip on the Overquill.
I gotta be honest,
Obviously,
I didn't
Overquill
even know that
doesn't
Rotom had
have-
screens.
Overflow doesn't have fat recovery exactly. It just kind of has. It just has. Still has good bulk. This Serena set was mine. But if I recall correctly, it gets kind of fun.
Everybody in chat saying hashtag T. Yeah, the Mystical Fire, if I remember correctly, kind of went crazy. Mystical Fire is funny. Do you want me to zoom in a bit? Hold on. There we go. The Rotom kind of is heat, though.
Keeping the Reflect up, but it's like the Reflect is kind of weird value in a lot of these situations. This is fucking tragic, if I recall this turn correctly.
Oh no.
No, it's not that turn.
Although the gum shot into Iron Treads is not preferable.
Yeah. That Reflect did come in clutch, though.
Yeah, that Toxicroak took that like a champ.
Yeah.
The Dubstep Demon.
Yeah.
Tapu Fini kinda has been going crazy this battle.
Tapu Fini is a fucking amazing Pokemon.
I mean, it's got like an amazing type.
Yeah.
With,
basically just taking chip from Volt Switches and like nothing else. Yeah, so this Serena set was built to fucking destroy Fini. But yeah, it gets haunted here.
And here's the kicker.
Yeah, and then the Fini switches out, and then it gets into it. It's just the fucking cucked Serena a little, but at least it gets the rapid spin off. Get some of that hazard pressure away.
Overquill and Tapu Fini are just doing so much work against Hazel's guys. They're struggling so hard to kill these two fools.
Yeah. Serena is like a really good draft Pokemon. I have to say. It does so much stuff. The power of having like 125 attack while having good support moves, I guess. CC. This is the ultimate tragedy. The Gunk Miss was really bad. Then you just lose the fucking Toxicroak. That Gunk would have killed.
Yeah, no doubt.
That would have made a lot of progress.
Unfortunately, Tapu Fini is the ultimate fiend of the world. Uh-oh. My internet.
What you Pokemon?
My internet. Stream died. Hello?
Oh.
Sienna, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. And I can still see your Discord stream. And it's fine. It looks fine. So I don't know what's going on. Twitch might be shitting itself.
Maybe. Okay, we're back. It's over.
Okay,
we are back. Yeah, Tapu Fini is such a fucking fiend that it destroyed the entire stream. And then we got hashtag teen. Can we talk about how awesome hashtag teen is?
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Mystical Fire comes in. Kind of surprised that +1 Serena did not speed that, but I don't think there was much speed investment, if any. I don't remember. I literally made that Serena spread, and I don't remember anything about it, so sorry.
I could check the Poke Paste real quick.
Yeah, we'll pull it up after the match. Yeah, we have the Slurpuff come in, and this looks like it could be a big swing, because it does get set up with the Belly Drum and the Unburden. And, you know, that's a fat play rough.
Yeah, Slurpuff is fucked up, bruh. Any Unburdened guy is fucked up. Yeah.
Slurpuff has a fucked up, like, niche. It doesn't... They just, like, made up a Pokemon with, like... They had an AI-generated Pokemon for a new rule. But unfortunately, have barely just enough health that Fake Out kills. Can't do anything. It gets cleaned up here. And now Hazel's kind of on the back seat. Hydreigon can click a Draco, but that's AV Mienshao, who is bulkier than you think, and that U-turn chips pretty good.
Yeah, and this fucker's got Regenerator, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and now suddenly... Hydreigon's forced out.
Yeah, Tapu Fini at this point, like...
Well,
I don't know if it kills Rotom, but... Maybe it does. How much is it? No, yeah, Rotom definitely dies to this fool.
Yeah.
Was not lying with
and then we start having a kind of goofy little Volt turn situation here, where Hazel kind of just switches around a few times, and somehow is able to
You're really waiting for it.
Yeah. It's somehow.
Yeah, Tapu Fini is just like bulky enough where all this like shenanigans is just it's a means to an end for it. Tapu Fini is laughing at all of this. And Tapu Fini may go down, but Tapu Fini has ultimately won the war.
Yeah. And the Moonblast kills the Hydreigon, but it doesn't matter, because The Rotom still gets to click. We'll switch one more time. So at least upping the differential, improving that differential.
Yeah. That was basically the only benefit of going on at that point, because Rotom does not have enough HP to do anything other than that at this point. And then Faco! Whee! And a pretty, like, clean win for Ray. Like...
Yeah.
A really good show. I mean, Tapu Fini went fucking crazy. I think that Tapu Fini was, like, the MVP of this match. It just came...
really hard...
Tapu
really hard core to break for Ray. You have to have a lot of good stuff to break Ray's core. And it's kind of compounded by just... You know, Ray was really able to prevent passive damage from coming in on their side, while being able to establish spikes pretty early on and keep pressure up with status and stuff. Even through mystery terrain, keeping some status pressure up is really nice. So how about you open up our first paste? You open up Ray's pace, and we'll pull him into the or is this Hazel's? Whatever. We'll pull Hazel's pace.
I got both.
All right. Yeah, we'll do Hazel's because it's open right now. And let's talk about this stuff. So.
Yeah, I also did want to talk about like a few turns in that game.
Yeah,
but I forget which ones now because that battle took so long to watch.
Yeah, we're not gonna do really slow again.
In the gap where Sienna was just like waiting to say, yeah, Tapu Fini goes down, I just like forgot everything else about the match.
Yeah, we might need to go normal slow next time.
So, oh yeah, one thing I did want to say was the, when, Toxicroak ate that Earthquake, that thing was EV'd to, live a 0-attack Earthquake from full.
Yeah.
But of course, you know, Reflect also helped it take those bar barrages. On the turn where I U-turn out from Overquill, end up going into Toxicroak, I was really tempted to go to my 1 HP Skarmory at that point, which would have been, like, it would have made things different because Ray did click Barb Barrage, and I would have gotten the free roost on the paralyzed Overquill. So I was a little sad that I didn't go for that. No. Because I wanted to play safe because I still had, like, hope that Slurpuff could clean up.
Yeah. You want to talk about your sets, spreads, your general ideas?
We could just like
game plan.
go from the top, I guess. Yeah. Hydreigon had. I mean, right after I was saying like, oh, 8 speed is dumb. This thing has 8 speed because that just happens to be the amount of EVs you need to outspeed Timid Latios with a Choice Scarf. So yeah, that had Dark Pulse to hit a lot of things neutrally, like everything except Mian Chao. Draco Meteor for that nuke kills Latios, where Dark Pulse doesn't. Of course, it's weakened by Misty Terrain, but I think the Latios kill was enough to keep it on my set. Earth Power for Overquill and Arcanine. Murders both of those, and then U-turn, because U-turn is good.
U-turn, yeah, momentum. Yeah, and to be clear on a mechanics thing that some people might not like be clear on because of the Mystery Terrain thing. Misty Terrain weakens dragon moves like based on the target, like if the target is floating or not, rather than the user. So
yeah, all the terrains, it's like it protects things that's on the ground.
Yeah, so just because Hydreigon is floating doesn't mean that it's Hydreigon's floating, but its Dracos get weakened, but Latios is also floating, so the Dracos do normal damage.
Right.
Basically, the terrains are stupid, and I still don't understand them to this day.
And I was also... yeah, I always forget, like, Psychic Terrain priority shit. I was also expecting Feeny to be, defog, because I wasn't quite expecting the no Beedrill. Even though I had a lot of answers to Beedrill. And so I was assuming Ray was gonna, want to keep rocks off their side of the field as much as possible, which they did because of the fucking double taunt that made me exclaim out loud when it was revealed. So I figured Misty Terrain might not be up a lot anyway, because Feeny would be defogging it away. But I don't think it ended up having defog anyway. I forget.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah. It had Taunt and Knockoff, which are two moves I completely forgot it got. Insane Pokemon.
They fucking love giving knockoff to anything. At any time.
Yeah. Skarmory was, again, sort of anti-Beedrill, and also because you see that Rocky Helmet just punishing U-turns. And
normal Skarmory.
Yeah, make rocks exist, Brave Bird instead of Body Press because it murders the fighting types. And is, neutral on Feeny. Whirlwind for Agility, Arcanine, which was the set, but didn't come out. Roost. This Slurpuff was originally... I originally had Starmie in that slot. My original draft of this team didn't have Slurpuff at all. But I just felt like Starmie didn't really... It did a decent amount, but Slurpuff... Belly Drum Slurpuff just looked like it would have killed.
Yeah.
Which...
You needed more of a win condition.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, again, I don't team build a lot, so I'm just like kind of... I didn't draft a lot of good win conditions. I drafted really awkward ones, but, whatever. I'll try to make do. So yeah, that's really standard Belly Drum Slurpuff. Oh, the speed was just in case of the off chance of Scarf Latios.
Yeah.
Which I felt like just getting rid of that chance was more important than having Adamant Nature. Even though Adamant did secure a few kills, like +6 Drain Punch on Mian Chao and stuff like that. Rotom...
So just a cute little fourth move for if you get statused.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's standard as far as I know, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also just, like, neutral on stuff.
Yeah.
Because you already have Drain Punch for steel, for rocks and steels, so... And it's also sometimes just, like, an accurate option over Play Rough. Rotom is funny. It has enough special defense to live a Specs Draco Meteor from Latios. It has the standard Volt Switch Overheat, and Thunder Wave again for Latios, mostly, and maybe other stuff ended up being good on Overquill. Reflect, because I didn't really have anything else to put in that slot, and Raise Physical Attackers scared me.
I think that, like, the Reflect Rotom was so boss. Like, even though it didn't end up being that, like, crazy, I thought it was kind of boss to bring.
Yeah, I enjoyed putting that on my moveset. It could held leftovers because I had spin on Tsarina in case Stealth Rock from Treads came out, which I felt like I could have prevented a decent amount anyway. I totally forgot that Overquill got regular spikes for some reason, so I wasn't even like thinking about that when I was building my team. But I don't know if I would have built it much differently anyway. Expert Belt Feeny, yeah. Sienna keeps saying that she solo made this set. It was collaborative.
Yeah, okay, it was collaborative because I put Miracle Seed originally.
Right, yeah, but I wanted the Expert Belt to kill Latios. Again, a lot of things for Latios. I was kind of scared of that thing. I kept not looking at Mian Chao.
Yeah.
Which did end up being the thing that made me lose, but in a way that I didn't even expect. God, Mystical Fire did way more than I expected. There were two things about Latios that I just should have put in a calculator. The one time I just like assumed Tsarina would outspeed at +1. But yeah, it's got Power Whip to do a bunch of damage to Feeny and a lot of other things. It's got U-Turn to be U-Turn. It's got Rapid Spin to be Rapid Spin. It's got Knockoff to be Knockoff and to kill Latios.
Yeah. U-Turn also kind of kills Latios. It does like 80%.
Yeah, it did like 70 to 80 or something.
Talking about this team has made me realize how much of like a Shakespearean tragedy you've experienced, because you gathered all these warriors to beat Latios, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, no,
Let's hear about...
Once I saw the second taunt came out, that like really took the wind out of my sails when I was battling, and I was just like, I just started making bad plays, like Gunk Shot on an obvious tread switch, everything. Speaking of Gunk Shot, Choice Band Toxicroak was Choice Band Toxicroak. It had Sucker Punch for guess who. Murders Latios, also Arcanine, if it's chipped enough. Close combat Gunk Shot does a lot of damage. Knockoff is Knockoff.
Gunk Shot for Finny.
Gunk Shot for Finny, and, you know, just to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, in general. Um,
I guess close combat does the same damage on anything neutral, but yeah, this oh yeah, it has kind of a weird spread. 188 defense brought it to a 6.3% chance to die to get one shot by 0 attack. Creds 44 special defense, lives to Feeny Moonblasts. And then in case I like mispredict a switch in. And then 24 speed is to like counter any weird speed creep from Feeny. Which ended up being 0 speed anyway. Oh yeah, that was the same for Tsarina's speed. Is it outspeeds 12 speed? It outspeeds a Feeny that outspeeds 0 speed Rotom. So that's my rambling about that. I agonized over this a lot. And ended up getting completely bonked, which was sad, but it happens.
Yeah.
Live and learn, I guess. Don't forget that taunt exists. Don't forget that taunt is a move
good,
that exists.
Pretty good move overall.
Yeah. When I would say one of the best. Like, this Skarmory switch in, that was just like the goofiest thing. And it's like I finally paralyzed the overquills. It's like, oh, I can get rocks up now. Nope.
Yeah.
Goofy ass game. Gung Shot Miss made me sad. Choice Band Knockoff made me sad. But yeah, that's my pro tip. No, it was a good match though. It was fun. Even though it was a bit like walking through sludge, like I said earlier. But good game to rate.
Yeah. All right. Let's pull in Ray and get the analysis. Thank you for your insight. Pull in Ray and get the gamer analysis on this squad.
Hey.
Yo,
what's up?
So it's going pretty good. So like, I guess the best place to start on my team is probably Feeny, just because like, I don't know, its EV spread is a little weird. I honestly don't remember what this EV spread could have been for. But you can probably chalk up a lot of my team building decisions to being scared of King Gambit, which did not appear in that match. So far I do have a track record of doing things like that. We'll talk about that more next week. Yeah, double taunt on Feeny and Overquill was definitely to help deal with Skarmory, which ended up going pretty much perfectly. Not to brag or anything, but yeah. Skarmory just was not able to get hazards out that match at all. And Moonblast on Feeny, I'm always not really sure whether to go with Moonblast or Draining Kiss. I think Moonblast did end up working out. So I do think that without Moonblast I would not have been able to kill the -1 Toxicroak.
yeah. Yeah, Moonblast is also just a fucking clickable button.
Oh yeah. So treads, I don't think I like built treads very well at all. So far, this entire draft, I just haven't really gotten treads to do very much, even though I don't think it's a bad Pokemon or anything. I just have not really done much with it yet. I'm not sure why I gave it boots, but it does have boots. And Latios was definitely like a big winner that match. The reason I went with Modest Specs Latios at all is because that would have given Mystical Fire the best chance of one-shotting King Gambit. Because, you know, like I said, a lot of my decisions are chalked up to King Gambit. And I figured I don't really need to be able to outspeed non-scarfed Hydreigon, because I have other things to deal with Hydreigon if necessary, because, you know, I have Finny, obviously, and AV, Mienshao also can even survive, like, Draco from a Specs Hydreigon.
No.
But yeah, Modest Latios does a lot of damage, as it turns out. Like,
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Mystical Fire doing like 60-something% to Slurpuff. Not enough to like stop it from belly drumming at all, but still very good.
Yeah.
And Arcanine just did not appear that match at all, so there's not too much to talk about. I am very thankful for Fake Out on Mienshao being able to kill Slurpuff, because I decided this match I did not need extreme speed on Arcanine.
Ooh, yeah.
Expert Bell is just like, you guys got such good coverage between Head Smash, Flare Blitz, and Close Combat that it's gonna do a lot, and that also helps it deal with like, it helps it deal with Hydreigon with Close Combat. I think it probably helps with King Gambit. I think King Gambit is dying either way, but you know. And bringing Agility Arcanine, that was Sienna's recommendation. She did help me team build a little bit, like not to the degree of like saying anything she did with Hazel's team, but just like, yeah, this is probably a good structure to follow.
Yeah. I give little pro tips, but I did not prep. I would not say I prepped Ray in any way. I never looked at any preliminary team. I was just like, well, this might be good. A lot of it amounted to saying Tapu Finney's broken.
Yeah. So I did end up switching off of Lilligan for this team, because like Arcanine is just a better win condition, and Latios was a much more helpful breaker, especially for Skarmory. Because it would have been bad if I did not have something that was able to just kill Skarmory like Latios Mystical Fire.
Yeah.
Mienshao, just very useful guy to have. Like, AV Mienshao is like able to survive a lot, especially like from Hydreigon, and it's just very helpful as a fast regenerator pivot. It's like the only one of those.
Yeah. It's such a weird Pokemon, but it's so cool.
Overquill, like, I need to like formally apologize to Overquill. I was worried it wouldn't really do much on my roster before this match. It absolutely put in some work this time.
Yeah, it's nuts. I don't know. It's just, you look at the stats.
I was not familiar with Overquill's game.
You look at the stats and you're like, well, those are pretty good. And then you just, then you just think about Intimidate and like the amount of progress they can make with just like the buttons that it has to press, and it's just like, damn.
Thank you for putting that on stream.
You're welcome.
And yeah, and 248 speed on Overquill is specifically to, in the event that Slurpuff like switches in on it, it can outspeed max speed Slurpuff before Unburden and Taunt to stop it from belly drumming. That didn't happen, so it was kind of whatever.
Yeah, it ended up being plenty bulky enough anyways.
Yeah, not bringing Toxic Spikes was just because, like, not sure how useful that would be with Misty Terrain going up often, which would also be a good reason to not bring more Barrage. But
So,
That did poison Rotom in the end, which is pretty helpful.
yeah, it put some nice pressure on the road.
Yeah, I don't think I have too much
Yeah.
else to say about this team. I think that it went better than I expected. Good games to Hazel, and yeah.
All right. Let's hear from you. Let's head on to the next match we have, which I think should be Lily's, because she has requested. She has to leave soon, so she's requested to look at hers. So let's talk about this. Hello.
Alright! Alright, we're doing it slow this time. We're not doing really slow again, because it just like stun locked us. We were like, oh yeah, this happened. And we wait 10 seconds, and then they're like, oh shit, this just happened.
Yeah.
Hyper fast? You know what, you're right. And then this happens, and... Okay.
Yeah.
Right away you can see Diana has, the water...
Rain.
The water dudes. My dude's on the right.
And it has every rain Pokemon and Mega Torpedo. So the funny. But yeah. I think we can get this started here. I prepped Diana for this game, but some things occurred.
Yeah, some
And,
unfortunate
it-
events for Diana. Great events for Lilly, though.
Yeah.
I mean, this...
Yeah, the toxicity comes in here. That skull did so much fucking damage.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, like, I don't know, Toxicity kinda sucks to me.
Toxicity is good, but you have to deploy that guy correctly. Azel comes in here.
Toxicity is just one of those guys where I always feel like he should be better than he is, and then it's like, he's like my son who just came back with his report card, and he, like, just barely didn't fail all his classes, and it's like, listen, I'm glad you didn't fail, but you really shouldn't be cutting it so close, man.
We have the nice sunny day tag on Azel. But immediately the rain comes back, so whatever. Helper takes that flamethrower like a champ. Yeah, and then we kinda... Yeah, man has been running surf on stuff. It's just called...
Yeah, now we have the goofy shit happen. Now this is
Yeah,
this is
here's the... Yeah.
this
So I'm gonna...
this is tragic. I know exactly what happened here.
So Diana is not the most experienced player. I think she's quite good, like, in terms of like theory approach, but she just doesn't really know all the knowledge checks that are in Pokemon. Even something that you might think is a really simple knowledge check. And so this Gyarados, not threatened by the all status move set that's on Hawthorne here. Just kind of, well,
It has the best time of its life, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see, like,
Um,
they all just start falling
Yeah.
like dominoes at the like +4 Gyarados. Except Sharpedo with the Clutch Protect.
Yeah. Yeah. If I were Diana, I would have gone double protect here and tried to get faster. I don't know if it would have made faster than Gyarados, but it might have. But even then, like, you wouldn't have killed it, so I don't know. This is just kind of a loose situation. Sadly. You know, it's a reminder that you need to run an attacking move on your Ferrothorn.
Yeah, otherwise he's gonna get scared as fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, Gyarados looks quick more times. Right, no, it clicked crunch there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Gyarados is just clicking buttons and having a great time. The substitute never went down.
Yeah, yeah, so that was a rough game, but it happens. We get knowledge checked. There's a lot of newer players in this draft who are going to get knowledge checked. And it's one thing I want to stress is that you're allowed to keep Google open, you're allowed to keep the calculator open, you're allowed to keep Pokemon.help if you need your type matchups. You're allowed to keep anything you want open if you need it. The only thing that's banned in terms of stuff like that is just keeping is actually having a coach, because that's kind of an unfair advantage. That's a resource that your opponent might not have. But
yeah.
Otherwise, take your time. We're not enforcing timers. Take your time. If you don't understand something, then look it up before you leave, you know?
And it's also one of
I
those
think that's an
things.
important lesson to learn.
It's one of those things where it's like, also, if you're watching this right now and you're like, oh, how could she have not known that, though? Like, be respectful. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's a baby children's game for 7-year-olds. Like, it doesn't, like, we set up this draft to be fun, not to be a serious competition or anything.
Yeah.
So be respectful when unfortunate games happen, alright? I
Yeah.
mean, that's all I gotta say on
But
that.
yeah. But yeah, I think let's pull up Lily's sheet first, because Diana's not here, and then I can talk about Diana's, because I prepped Diana. So... Alright, Lily, let's pull you in.
Greetings.
Wait, that was not Devi.
Hey.
That was Diana. This is Diana's game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Anyways, we have, yeah, you want to talk about your sets?
Oh, so a lot of these sets, when I was looking at Deanna's team, the first thing I noticed is, wow, I have a lot of electric types, and I also see a lot of water types. But I knew going in that I shouldn't rely on that, because I didn't want to be like, oh, well, I just bring 4 electric types, and they're fine. Because, like, I didn't want to, like, just, you know, I didn't want to, like, tunnel vision. So, like, I did bring 2, obviously, because I would be nuts not to. But, I definitely was considering it. The Magnezone was kind of just, like, a mix of, like, the Magnezone was a weird build. I think I remember you pointing this out, because it doesn't really threaten Pharaoh at all. It didn't threaten Pharaoh at all. If I magnet pulled Pharaoh, like, all I could do is basically just switch out. Like, I was not hitting him with much. Like, I don't know, maybe I get that fucking 10% freeze, you know, roll the dice. But I think that was still fine, because my point with the Magnezone was, I gave it AV, and I gave it AV, and I focused on HP and special attack, of course, because I was like, I don't really have, other than Dragonite, I didn't really have something to like take hits, and a lot of Diana's team is special, I noticed. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring something that's a little bulkier to deal with that and just kind of help that out a little, just in case I needed it. And that was the thought process for that. The other choices were kind of just like things I thought would be good against a rain team. Like Rillaboom is obviously good. I didn't know you could run Grassy Glide. I know that now, of course. Gyarados, I was like kind of uncertain on bringing, but I eventually decided on it and just kind of making like a slightly like fat, like that was like my big attacker, because I was like, Intimidate is good, and like if I can bring it in at a point where, okay, I can start setting up, I can get up a sub, I can DD a few times, like that can net me a few kills. And like even if I don't, it's like, okay, well I switch into like a physical attacker, because like Sharpedo's there, like Sharpedo's there, Basculegion, like if she brought that, like
Rescuda, like you got
like
some
that.
now and of course that paid off in spades. The Gyarados got more than a few kills.
Just a few.
It got 100% of the kills.
Yeah, can we take a look real quick what that looks like on the on the
Or
sheet?
That's my champion.
Yeah. 6 kills.
Yeah, it definitely worked for what I wanted to do. Like, my whole point with Gyarados was, like, if I can bring it in and start setting up and just being scary, if it gets a few kills, like, it can get a few kills. Because, like, Mega Gyara with, like, even just 1 DD is, like, good. Like, that is just a good threatening mon, especially with a sub-up. And, if I brought it in, it's like, okay, well, I can't really Mega right now. Okay, whatever, I Intimidated. That's still, like, does something, because like then I could have gone into Dragonite and just like eaten a hit, or I could have gone to Rillaboom and like taken a decent hit. Like I had options to kind of offset, like if I brought in Gyarados poorly. I did mention it already. I'm kind of like jumping around a bit. The Sunny Day, it could have worked. I got way too ahead of myself. I wanted to reveal it like after I killed Pelipper, but I don't know why I did it when I did, and even sitting down thinking about it, I'm like, why the fuck didn't I just bring Thunderbolt? If I wanted to threaten the Pelipper or anything on that team, I could have just brought Thunderbolt instead of Sunny Day.
Yeah.
But Sunny Day was the funnier option, so I'm kind of glad I went for it.
Yeah, you got that Specs Toxtricity in the back there.
Toxtricity, I definitely expected to do more. I'm surprised it didn't kill the Lantern. I was very surprised that didn't kill the Lantern, but whatever. You can only ask for so much, I suppose. And like also, I think it was I forgot who said it. I think it was you, Sienna, who said like you kind of have to like use Toxtricity a little like smart. And it was that interaction that was kind of like, okay, yeah, this is not just a throw it in and it gets a kill and then you die, mon. This is you have to think a little bit, because it's really frail and like not 100% all that. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get like a shift gear up and start going.
Yeah.
I mean, you can Specs too if you're slow.
Yeah, I was definitely just like
if you're willing,
like,
if you just wall breaker, but yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely just thinking, like, I just want, like, something that hits really hard, and I will be 100% honest, I did forget that Lantern had Volt Absorb. So, when that got revealed, I was like, oh, shit. But oh well, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, everything I ran was just, like, pretty standard, because it was just, like, I figured, like, for what I was facing, because it really wasn't like a bad matchup for me, because I have a lot of types. I have a lot of Pokemon that are just like good against water, and like, because like I have a bunch of electric types. Dragonite's good at being bulky. Rillaboom exists, and like Gyarados like
Yeah.
can resist water and just like can also deal with most of the things on the team, and also can be kind of scary because it gets rain boosted. Even though I didn't run a water move because I just didn't think it was I didn't think I needed to, and also I didn't really need to, but it's like that could be a threatening thing to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of this was like
your matchup was really good against Sienna, especially when you still had Torkoal. It was the scariest thing ever. After Torkoal, it was still pretty fucking nuts though.
Yeah,
like
I think with Torkoal,
you just had so many tools.
It would have been infinitely better, but I think even without, like you said, yeah, it was like still fine, and I still feel like Toxtricity can pull it off. I believe.
Yeah, Toxtricity, you just need to build it a little smarter next time.
Yeah,
But yeah.
It was definitely a good learning experience for like, okay, Toxtricity, I have to like think when I use this fucker.
Yeah. Any like final thoughts?
I don't know. Maybe hang on. Let me check something really quick. I need to check something. It'll be really funny. Hang on. What? I need to look at Azelf's moves. Oh please. What the? It doesn't get hail. I was gonna make a hail joke.
That would have been a good bit.
That would have been a good bit. Proud to debut the fucking hail Azelf next week. But yeah, yeah, I don't really know, like, what, like, it was just, like, kind of like a standard team, and I'm glad without Wimp, because even though it was a good matchup, I was kind of worried about it, because Rain is a really scary team. Like, even though I had a good matchup going
Rain's always scary.
Rain is scary, because if Rain snowballs, like, you can get snowballed real hard. And if I played my card, losing Toxtricity early was honestly, like, that could have been a death sentence. So, like, it definitely, like, had the potential to kind of start, like, getting lost out of my control, but ultimately, I think it worked out. Well, obviously it worked out, but you get what I mean.
Yeah. Alright. I think now we can move on to Diana's team, and I'll speak on that because I prepped her.
And I will hold off then.
Yeah. Thanks for
having me.
Time. So yeah. The Pelly here is like pretty standard. Diana went with Surf on it. I can't remember exactly why. I think it hit some number that was better on something than Scald. And so she's decided to go with it, which is fine. I prepped Diana, but I didn't do all of the building. Like,
it's kind of craving the scalding scald of his favorite thing.
Yeah. But that's a mix-up in and of itself. Pharaoh here is kind of... I really, honestly, when I got sent the paste, I should have analyzed the fact that it didn't have any attacking moves more. But, like, we played prep games, because Diana asked, like, can we play prep games? Can you build a team with Lily's roster? And in those prep games, it was actually cooking. But I didn't bring Mega Gyarados, and I didn't bring a Submon, so it kind of... whatever. But, in retrospect, I would have probably had Gyro Ball over Toxic. Or Power Whip. Whichever one is better. I can't remember. I'm moving past... Manaphy's most interesting set, so I'm moving past it for right now. Sharpedo is speed creeping something. I don't know what. Diana made this spread, and I don't remember what it's speed creeping. Ice Fang, I assume, was to hit like Rilla. Or like Dragonite, or both. And then like, yeah, like I don't know. No water move is kind of funny, but yeah.
Who needs
Ice
it?
Fang Crunch CC is kind of funny. You know, there were plenty of other water moves. Tentacool, this team was kind of partially built before trades had finished, and so Lillie hadn't traded Torkoal for Toxtricity yet. So we're still kind of laboring under the assumption that that there would be no grounded poison type and that Toxic Spikes would be really good. And frankly, Toxic Spike's still pretty good because, like, it's pretty easy to remove Toxtricity. That guy died pretty fast. But, you know, the Toxic Spikes didn't really end up coming up, but this was a good Tentacool. Tentacool's just good. It's hard to kill it. I don't know what the 16 speed was for. It was probably to speed creep some character. If I look at it really quickly, it's like Tentacool. Like base 100 speed, so like it might have been for like it might have been for something like Mimikyu or some shit like that. I don't really know. I don't really care. Sorry.
Hey.
Yeah. And then we have Lantern. This is kind of an obligatory electric type switch in on a team with a million electric moves. I think the Signal Beam was there to hit Rilla if needed. And maybe to do some other stuff. I guess it would hit Gyarados and Azelf too, so I guess I actually had okay coverage. Raichu as well, yeah, actually quite a few like targets for the Signal Beam there. But yeah, max HP, max special attack, modest. So that's kind of why that Scald was so fat. Was doing so much damage. And then this Manaphy was mostly my my set. Basically, the idea was I was so fucking scared of essentially the situation that I was scared of was essentially that like, and it's so funny that Grassy Glide didn't come because like Lillie didn't know that Grassy Glide was allowed because it's Natdex. Because like I was stressing the shit out of like you need to have something to deal with Rilla Grassy Glide. Because like basically the situation I was scared of was like Rilla comes in, tries to revenge kill something, tries to revenge kill something. You switch in Pharaoh to like defensively answer it, and then Torkoal comes in and gets Rain off, and then threatens Pharaoh, and then the Pharaoh has to switch out. Remember, a lot of this was still when Torkoal was there, and the team didn't really get changed, which was kind of part of it. But yeah, so I was terrified of Grassy Glide when I was building. So I eventually ended up on this Rindo Berry, Manaphy. It's like 208 speed to outspeed. I think like max. I don't think max Jolly, but maybe max Adamant. Rillaboom, or some of the other. There were a lot of like base 85s, and in that region there, so you know it covered a few things. And then basically the idea was with the Rhino Berry, if Manaphy already had Tail Glow up and killed something, and Rilla tried to come in a revenge kill, it would live the Grassy Glide with Rhino Berry and then Oko with Ice Beam after Tail Glow. And so then that would remove the Rilla. And that didn't get to happen, but it was fucking saucy, so you know, we needed to talk about it. But yeah, like in the prep games, Manaphy was the fucking. It's Rindo Berry because it's like a rind on a fruit. I don't believe in the fucking Rindo Berry cultists, okay? But yeah. But yeah, that's basically Diana's team. I know she wasn't that happy with the loss of that game, but it happens. And I think the team was pretty well built overall. So we can move on to another match now, I suppose. Let me scroll through what's what we got. I guess we can who do we have here? I'd like to do matches where we have both people in the audience so that we can talk about it. So let's do you and WAFFLOES, Morgan, I think.
Oh boy.
That sounds good. WAFFLOES is here.
Yeah, the match where I definitely didn't get owned. I promise.
So yeah. You can pull up
Alright. So right away, I lead with Board James into the Breloom. This Breloom scared the fuck out of me. This Breloom made me scared for my life, but apparently, scared WAFFLOES too.
Yeah.
Hulk toilet!
Toilet!
Yeah, I got my motherfucker mic out here. I was not happy about how much that Stone Edge did. I mean, I should have expected it.
Nice Stone Edge there.
I'm like literally so used to like the Terra Fairy like Skeledirge that like in my mind I'm not even thinking like, oh yeah, this thing will definitely do a lot of damage to it, because when you're like Terra Fairy, like nothing does good damage to Skeledirge.
God, that still did a lot for how fucking cocked this Tyranitar was, but yeah. Now I have the Chandelier up. I think a notable thing that's worth contextualizing this with this match is that Morgan forgot that Mawile learned Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
And
I mean, actually, you know, with the Chandelure setting up the substitute, it actually probably, like, if I was smart enough, I would have just, like, done knockoff there, and that would have gone crazy. Instead of going for the SD.
Yeah, like, you get a decent chip on T-Tar, but
yeah, I was fucking scared for my life of T-Tar. Like, basically, like, I set up my entire team to try and beat T-Tar specifically.
yeah.
And maybe I even over-prepared for T-Tar specifically.
You do get the Veil up, though.
Yeah, but this was crazy tech. This was crazy tech that WAFFLOES had, which was the Brick Break to get rid of the Aurora Veil. See, I forgot that did that. That shit went crazy.
Yeah.
And it kind of just like made it so my Ninetales is like a bit ass. because that guy really only
Yeah.
existed to put up Aurora Veil. Switching into Dirge here, I think, was the right move. I think, like, Dirge is, like, a really good switch-in for, Corviknight specifically. There's a few Pokemon that Skeledirge doesn't mind facing.
The sand comes back up, but then Chandeler's here now, like, Dirge is screwed.
Yeah, I didn't really have a switch, because Chandelure just hits so hard.
You get a new Veil here, though. And the Flamethrower doesn't kill it because Veil's broken. And then that's putting pressure on the Chandelure, which is nice. Like you're losing the Ninetales, but at least the Tyranitar's gone, and now the Chandelure's on a timer. You set Cloyster. I thought this fucking Cloyster was respectable and commendable, but also
definitely worse off. I went for Overcoat on this dude. I really should have gone for Skill Link because it would have done way more damage. But again, I was like so fucking scared of T-Tar. I was scared out of my life about T-Tar, and then like T-Tar wasn't even the fucked up guy that I had to deal with. The Flame Body here
and then you get Flame Body and it's yeah. Because you're scared the entire time that it's fucking Flash Fire, and then it's just Flame Body.
And then I was also scared of this Breloom having Spore the whole time, which, spoiler, it didn't.
Yeah, that was like another reason why you had the Overcoat, is because it blocked the Spore, but didn't work out. But now you got Bad Luck Bootsy in, and the close combat destroyed it, so oops.
Yeah, it was down to my Annihilate to make my, my loss not nearly as bad. I mean, the power-up punch went crazy. I think that Annihilate has the potential to snowball. I went all punching moves on it, but maybe like a substitute set would have gone crazy. Especially for this fucking trick that just happened. Because once the trick happened, I was fucked. There was nothing I could do at that point.
At least you got to improve your differential here.
Yeah.
You got a nice
Basically, I over-prepared for the wrong Pokemon, and it fucked me up bad.
This is just showing off. Z Celebrate just showing off, really.
Yeah, there is a lot of things I definitely could have done differently. One thing is I had to prepare for this Chandelier, because this Chandelier was fucked up, bruh.
Yeah. I mean, hey, to be fair, you don't always expect the defensive Chandelier, so it happens sometimes. Yeah. You wanna go to your team? Check it out. Talk about your thoughts, your thought process.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to think, like, again, like, my main concern when building this team was I need to get rid of that fucking T-Tar. And I don't know why I thought that. I don't know why T-Tar was the #1 thing on my mind. I mean, T-Tar is a good Pokemon, but I was scared of that guy in particular. And it, like, I think some of my... Oh, I got a Java update, fuck! Sorry. Hold on a sec.
Well, Morgan got something to deal with. A Java updater. The Java updater is entered the chat room.
Yeah, sorry, I had to update my Java real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Skeledirge is just like, honestly, like, my thing with Skeledirge was, like, I thought it matched into WAFFLOES Team really well, and I was like, I could just run the standard set, because Dirge is Dirge, and Dirge is good. In hindsight, looking at the team, I mean, it did definitely, like, it stopped, like, Corv and Breloom, especially because Breloom was not carrying Spore, but I don't know if it was that good into WAFFLOES, to be honest. But I don't know. I'm like so used to Dirge being like crazy that I'm just like, fuck it. I'm bringing Dirge. I'm bringing it with leftovers. It was like the first guy I picked. And you know what? I think that the Will-O-Wisp into T-Tar was probably proper because, like, I don't know if you know this, but Mega T-Tar has some fucked up attack. That shit's got a fucked up attack stat.
It's like 165. It's like way up there.
So you know what? Honestly, maybe like I think like having Dirge prepared for T-Tar probably saved me from at least not getting destroyed by that.
Yeah.
Cloister, I regret not doing Skill Link. I should have just done Skill Link. Fucking getting the Flame Body, I mean, not that I really would have wanted to run Hydro Pump. Like, I'm just not a Hydro Pump Cloister believer, and I feel like my Cloister would have been worse off if I had to run it mixed, because then, like, the Shell Smash speed, I couldn't reasonably run max speed at that point, and it's like, I'd either be compromising my attack or my speed, so I think Liquidation was proper, although fucking hell, the Flame Body prop was so bad for me. I mean, even if I did Skill Link, I probably still would have brought Liquidation instead. Or maybe I just would have gone with my old classic and done, like, Ice Shard, because Ice Shard can be pretty good, although I don't necessarily think that Ice Shard had the greatest matchup into this team. It really just would have been nice for Breloom, pretty much.
Yeah.
Annihilate was... I needed a U-turn user, mostly. And, like, now that I've, like, rewatched this battle, I'm like, man, I should have gone crazier with Annihilate, because, like, Annihilate is, like, decently bulky for what it is, and, like, Power-Up Punch behind, like, maybe a substitute could have been, like, crazy. And I ended up, like,
you could have been, like, sub-bulk up, like...
Yeah.
Sub-bulk up Drain Punch, like, U-turn, like... Yeah, you can do stuff.
Yeah, I definitely could have cooked more with Annihilate. My problem was, when I first built this team, I wasn't thinking of bringing Oricorio, but then I ended up bringing Oricorio. Because Oricorio was brought for Gyarados, which I was afraid of Gyarados. Gyarados did not come in. But I brought it. I was also scared of hazards. So it was like, it was a kill two birds with one stone situation, and I did not remember, like, oh, wait, yeah, I literally have Freeze Dry. I already deal with that. That's also why I have Thunder Punch instead of, like, Ice Punch. I was originally gonna do Ice Punch, but then I was like, oh, but what about Gyarados? I over-prepared for the wrong Pokemon. I never really took into account Chandelure. I think that was my biggest team-building mistake. Was not prepping for Chandelure, really. Especially because, like, pretty much all of my physical attackers do not enjoy... Like, they're the only ones who enjoy handling Chandelure, and they also don't, because Flame Body.
Yeah.
Ninetales is like, I need to stop insisting on Mental Herb. I need to stop insisting on Mental Herb, but now that I've said that, I have to insist on Mental Herb, because the next time I battle someone, they are gonna bring a taunt user. But then now that I'm saying that, I'm playing like some kind of fucked up psychological warfare, not only with my opponent, but with myself, on whether or not I should...
You just need to look at their team and be like, damn, do they have a fucking taunt user that's faster than Ninetales? Because, like, they might fucking not, because Ninetales is really fast.
Yeah, it's like 109
That shit's
speed.
fucking 109 is so annoying for that speed tier. Well, 109 is so annoying for a speed tier where like it's hard to one hit KO and it's fucking it's Aurora Veil might win the game.
But the real, you know what though? The real boss play would to be like having a taunt user with Choice Scarf to counter Ninetales. That would be the boss move.
Yeah.
But then I do Choice Scarf Ninetales into Aurora Veil. So who's laughing now?
I'm not convinced that Scarf on any of your gimmicks is that bad. Except for Scarf, I don't know. You could Scarf Why Not if you really wanted to. If you really needed to remove, like, Ursaluna or something.
God.
You could do a fucking, like, faster Destiny Bond. No, counter's just gonna clear there. Anyways, you think that about covers it? Do you have any final thoughts?
I didn't mention Mawile. Mawile, I was like really looking forward to using because I felt that Mawile had like a pretty good matchup against a decent amount of WAFFLOES Team. And honestly, like, yeah, I did not, like, utilize it properly, because I gotta be honest, Mawile's speed is more dog shit than I thought it'd be. I didn't think Mawile was, like, a speedster, but when I was actually playing it, I was like, man, this thing is fucking way slower than I think it would be, especially with no speed investment. Like, basically everything outsped except
you think
slow
it's
king.
gonna be like a 70 speed or something?
I thought it was gonna be fucking, like, something that would outspeed, like, literally, like, more than just Slow King, but, now I know for the future. Mawile is something I have to be a little more careful of using, because while it is a tactical nuke, it is a slow tactical nuke.
Yeah.
And I do I think maybe if I did do some speed investment, it probably would have went into this team a little better. Although, a decent amount of them do have good speed investment. Sucker also would have made Chandelure, like, cry. And I really needed something to make that Chandelure cry. But yeah, that's my squad, that's my reasoning. I don't know if I'll ever run Overcoat Cloister again, unless it's, like, particularly funny for the situation.
Yep. Alright. So I think that... Wait, no, we didn't go with WAFFLOES Team. Shit.
Yeah, not
Why
yet.
did I think we did? Anyways. Yeah. Hey, let's pull WAFFLOES in here. Hey, let's talk about stuff.
I'm WAFFLOES.
Yeah, you're WAFFLOES.
I should probably talk about the team. Okay. This match was fucking awesome, Morgan, I just want to say.
I appreciate you saying so.
Okay. I prepared, like... I only, like... hypercrafted, like crazy theory crafting out, like, 4 Pokemon on this team, like, kind of... Corviknight and, Slowking are just kind of glue for the team.
Yes. It's really hard to not just do normal Corviknight.
Yeah. I figured, like, I should just do, like, crazy shit on just, like, a few Pokemon. I don't want to, like, over-prepare or overthink some things. I should just, like, get Regenerator, Slowking, get, like, a U-turn Roost, Corviknight, and, like, I don't gotta overthink that. That's good enough.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with the Pokepaste here, but I have Body Press on the paste, and, I used Iron Head in the match? I don't know what... Hang on. Wait. Oh no, wait. Okay, on the builder, I have Iron Head over Taunt, so I don't know what happened there, but, that's there. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
sometimes you put out the pace before it's like real. You can like send that. You can like send the updated one in the server if you want it to get updated in the sheet.
I think it's the only change, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, okay. So this, we talk about Chandelure first. I wanna, this Chandelure was like scientifically like engineered to fucking annihilate Maul-out, because that thing is scary for like my entire team, like you said, Morgan. I have 92 speed EVs on which is 219, which outspeeds max speed Maul-out. I had substitute to scout out Sucker Punch, because I was really scared of Sucker Punch. And the hearing that you didn't even know Milo got Sucker Punch makes you like, that's kind of the same thing that happened with Braylon for you, I feel. Prepared for a move that we didn't even know existed, really. Or to even consider. Yeah, sub was for Sucker Punch. Knockoff, I think I count to live and knockoff if I switched into it, if you were like somehow predict the Chandelure switch, which you did mention, which I'm glad I calced for. And once I get sub up, basically I just like clicked Flamethrower and Shadow Ball, because it's a really good move. And like, even without an investment, 145 special attack is nuts. I'm like still kind of shocked.
Yeah, it's like the Garchomp like situation, just like uninvested Garchomp Earthquakes. Like,
yeah,
what do you do?
Dirge was at like 70%, I'm pretty sure, and Shadow Ball killed him. Like, I was shocked by that. I guess you were physically bulky, so that isn't too surprising, but that's still crazy to me. Okay, yeah, the Breloom was for lead Alola Ninetales specifically. The 3 fighting move tech was, I'm very proud of thinking of Brick Break. I totally forgot that you don't get the defense boost from only Aurora Veil, but also from Snow, which I completely forgot about, which is kind of nuts in retrospect, but it worked out. I originally only had Mach Punch, Brick Break, but I feel like close combat was just too powerful not to just click randomly.
Yeah.
So I put that over Spore last second, basically. Hulk Toilet.
Yeah, I will say I advocated for WAFFLOES to use Force Palm instead of close combat, but perhaps common sense won out. I just think Force Palm is really funny.
If I picked Force Palm, I would have wasted all my luck on the paralysis and I would have gotten the burn on the Cloister. That's what would have happened.
It's possible.
But yeah, Hulk Toilet Tyranitar. This guy, I didn't mega him initially against the Dirge because I thought having a teacher on the field would be enough to scare the Dirge. But the Will-O-Wisp was like a really good play that like basically prevented my T-Tar from like going crazy with the sweep. I EV'd at 220 speed. After a D-Dance, it pretty much outspeeds everything it needed to. Everything that it can outspeed.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised.
I wanted to go Pursuit.
Yeah,
on
there you go.
On the T-Tar, but I figured I didn't want to be like too prediction reliant this match. I just figured nothing wants to like switch in to a crunch, so I can just click it and I'll do a lot of damage regardless. EQ and Spell is pretty standard, nothing crazy there. You had Sienna?
Oh.
I thought you were going to say something.
Yeah. Oh no, never mind. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. You got Sylveon?
Sylveon, yeah.
You see Celebrate?
Yeah, Ziza. Oh, I love this. Okay, this was so fun. This is basically why I picked it. Over something like Florges or something, which you did pick up. I did Draining Kiss over Moonblast. I think it's Moonblast or whatever fairy move it gets.
Hyper Voice would be the strongest one.
Hyper Voice, yeah. Actually, Hyper Voice, yeah. I wanted Draining Kiss because I wasn't earning Bush Protect or something. I thought the recovery on a sweeper would be good. And Mystical Fire for all the ice types and stored power because it hits. Because the Oko's Tusk, I believe. I believe that's why I went for 68 special attack specifically. Just because of Tusk. Yeah. Which did not come out actually. I was very surprised by that.
Yeah, I honestly should have brought Tusk instead of Oricorio. If I wasn't so fucking scared of Gyarados, I should have done that.
I think Tusk over Oricorio would have messed me up bad. Like, I'm looking at my team now, like 4 of my guys are weak to that guy's stabs. That would've been tough. After that, Fragor, pretty standard spread, but I ran T-Spikes because there was some chip T-Tar needed to sweep. I didn't have Stealth Rocks or anything. I couldn't bring Garchomp to like a Hail team, so I had to improvise a little bit.
Yeah.
Trick Specs was a funny tech. Future Sight's good for playing around Fire Blast.
You don't really need the 4th move. Like, you're not gonna run Chilly Reception against the Snow team.
Definitely not. I thought about it.
Yeah.
I thought about Chilly Reception with the budget Iron Bundle, whatever his name was. No, not Delibird. No, the other one. The other ice type. Not Delibird. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to trade. I'm gonna have to trade for that. The oh my god, how did I forget his name? Arcovish. The Arcovish. I thought about doing like a reverse snow sweep. I thought that would have been funny, but like it took up a little too much team space. I didn't think it was worth it. But could have been funny. I almost ran like Meteor Beam, Power Herb, and like Hydro Pump or some shit. But yeah, this was a fun match. It was a scary match, honestly, at some points. The burn was good. The overcoat Boister. Mentioned how it beat Sport. It also like helped with Sand Chip, which is semi-relevant. I don't know. It's funny though. It's funny. I really like that. I was bewildered when I saw the Ice Spinner come out against Corv. I thought I was cooked before then, but it was a fun match.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that is my piece on the situation. We can move on.
Alright. Alright. It's for time. Let's... what should we do next? We have a couple options. We can do, Frig Eve. Actually, I think let's do Frig Eve. It's getting late for Eve, so... Let's put that up.
Yeah, so Eve fucking snooze.
Yeah.
Get the Dino. I mean, right off the bat, I gotta say, these are some phenomenal nicknames.
Yeah.
God, T-Tar is so fucking bulky. Just taking back Giga Drain.
Yeah, that was FizzDef T-Tar. That's not even SpDef.
Yeah, this is also Simpsons in 2025.
Yeah. Yeah. So Frig got that generator core. The specs get knocked off here on the Volcanion, but the numbers are just insane still. Like,
yeah,
like
54% on Toxapex is like, jeez.
Yeah. That, like, with the specs knocked off. The overheat does kill there. Yeah, like, getting the specs knocked off was almost a good thing. Yeah. You have Krusty Burger, Stong Sand. Gets the nasty plot up, but that avalanche hits pretty hard. Nice fat Earth bar though.
Yeah, Lando is also like another Pokemon where the numbers.
Yeah.
Stong Sang into Stong Fan. These are like Homestar Runner character names.
CSD. It's CSD up. Giga Drain doesn't need that much. But Sand Rush is over.
Still faster than Venusaur though.
Cheese here.
Gets the flinch.
Bit of cheese here on the rock slide. Kills rock slide
I love
Earthquake.
it though. I love it.
Yeah. Enemy of Christmas. This is like evil Santa's little helper, really. Just kind of stays it on 1,000 arrows. I don't know what that was about. This was kind of a big misplay moment, I think. We have the Z Memento. If you're not aware, Z Memento, you kill yourself in front of them to change their bond forever, and then heals them. It fully heals. But Frig kind of did that before Sand was up. Frig could have gotten Sand up first. And unfortunately, that kind of screwed over Landorus's ability to sweep, because especially it was Weather Ball Landorus, so that would have been a rock move. That would have been a 100 base power rock move that would have really smacked Tornadus. So I was just kind of doing things out of order there.
Oh, the confusion chance after the Focus Blast miss, though. That's so unfortunate. Yeah. It's like you're so close to getting the lucky hit you need, and then it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, Pex takes some kind of nasty chip from that. He turns out you have Zydog back in effect. And it's just gonna click 1,000 arrows. 1,000 arrows is the best move in the game.
Yeah, it is ruthlessly good.
So, no burn. So, bye. And, bye. Yeah, that's what happens. So, let's pull up the teams. Eve, would you like to speak on your team, or do you want to just?
Eve said in chat earlier.
Can't do voice. So yeah, okay, so I should be fine. Yeah, okay. So I'll talk about it. I helped Eve prep for this in exchange for Eve helping me prep for you, because you're my fucking greatest foe.
Yeah, I keep fucking losing to everybody, but I'm like the scariest person to you.
Venusaur is just kind of a like. I can only speak so much to my contributions more so than Eve's own. Specs Volcanion was my idea. I think Eve was gonna run like AV Volcanion or some bulkier Volcanion, and I showed Eve some calcs of Specs Volcanion, and she was like, "Holy shit!" Because it was just really killing the shit out of Pex and Tangra. And even after the Specs got knocked off, the numbers were still kind of crazy. Volcanion is a very good Pokemon. Yeah. We have, yeah, we have, you know, it's kind of a fairly standard Torn. I don't recall what exactly it was, like, speed creeping or anything. If I had to guess, it was, like, fucking... bro, I don't even know.
For
I don't even know. You can say in chat. You can say in chat if there's anything, if there's any specific speed creeps that he did. I don't know. I don't know the particulars of these spreads. Venusaur Mega was just kind of a general Lando Eye. That makes sense. Venusaur Mega is just kind of a general like blue thing. It matches up pretty well against most of against most of Frig's team. I can't recall if Synthesis actually gets weakened in Sand or not. The healing does, but you know. Yeah. Probably should check that too low. Yeah, just thought about it now, but it didn't really come up. Earth Power, I assume, was for, like, I mean, a handful of things. There was, like, Excadrill, X, Zardex, like, Nidoking, like, nice selection of things to hit with Earth Power. We had the Balloon Jirachi. This was just to kind of not get pwned by Excadrill. And other ground types, just to be able to continue to pivot and like have a presence. 164 speed, I don't know what that's hitting immediately. It's probably something good that it could U-turn before, or some other such. Healing Wish, obviously great. My Neutral Nature Lando, yeah, makes sense. A lot of things were for Lando on here. Zydog was kind of a collaborative effort. I think Eve did the EVs on this one, but it was like my set mostly. Eve initially, like when we talked about this, was like didn't really have a good win condition. Like she had a few breakers, but like nothing that really like won the game once like problems were removed. So I was like, well, how about loaded dice Zydog with skill shot? Like DD loaded dice skill shot Zydog. And so we went with that, and it did not click Dragon Dance or Scale Shot a single time. It just clicked 1,000 Arrows. And it got 4 kills, and that is proof of how good 1,000 Arrows is.
Yeah, it turns out 1,000 Arrows might be a really good move.
Yeah. Rhyperior, it's got the kind of mixed bulk. 8 speed, I assume, was for so Rhyperior's 40 speed, right? I have to assume 8 speed was for like Marowak or something. Some weird minus speed Marowak or extra Kangaroo or Pex want to keep you. But you're 40 speed, so you're. Oh wait, Pex is slower still. Tangrowth can't. Tangrowth is naturally faster, but yeah, Pex. Yeah, that makes sense. Joy. Yeah, Pex does stuff. And then yeah, I think that mostly covers it. Basically, the idea was just to kind of use Specs Volcanion to open up the defensive core of fucking Pax Tangrowth, that crazier generator core. And then like win with the other various breakers and passive damage and bulk and whatever, and then clean up with Zydog, and that is exactly what happened. So yeah, I mean, not much more to say. Game pretty much went to plan. I will say that a lot of this was assuming that, and we'll kind of talk about this when we get to Frigs, but a lot of this was assuming that Toxapex would be Spadef, and kind of also that Tyranitar would be Spadef, and neither were. So that kind of did throw things off, but it threw things off for the better. So yeah. Alright. So now, Frig, you want to get in here and talk about your squad?
Okay. So I didn't do the preparation that I should have done, and I also got pretty lazy with the team build. Like, if you look at my EVs, it's pretty much all just... It's actually all auto spreads, because I really just decided to get really lazy on this one. Because I knew that Eve was bringing in a monster team, and there's all kinds of mons on that roster that I didn't really know how to, like... Just so much stuff can do so much different stuff that if I felt like if I tried to examine every possible permutation of this set or this set, it would take a lot of effort and I might still lose.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wasn't really in the mood for team building that week. But I did try to do some fun stuff. Like, I never got a chance to use sleep powder, but that can certainly help when it hits the 75. The thing about me is that I know pretty much what I know everything's weaknesses and pretty much what all the moves and abilities do, but I have not actually played Pokemon competitively in some serious time, so I kind of forget how the general game flow goes, and I don't remember that easily how to keep tempo up, and I kind of fail to a lot of stuff that should be common knowledge. Like, I was surprised that Rhyperior even got Avalanche, because I wasn't I haven't played the game in so long, and I didn't do the research.
I mean, that's a very draft move pick in the first place. Sometimes you just get blindsided by shit in drafts that you gotta hold it.
Yeah. But, a lot of stuff, I'll do better next time, but this team was kind of just thrown together in an afternoon, after peering into the dark universe where I took 5 extra days and ran all the calcs and shit, and I still got blindsided by something. But yeah, anyway, I got Xenomento. That's cool. I think that's a pretty cheap move.
Yeah. Zemo Method is really good. I genuinely do think that like you had a chance to win the game if you had just not clicked Z Memento as quickly.
Yeah, for
like if
some,
you had just,
I really don't.
if you had just
I can't
gotten
examine
stand
my
up,
thought
like
process right there.
you
What
just gotten
I-
stand up, like I think that there is a chance that you would have just like won, like because the weather ball and the earth power, it just would have.
Yeah, I was wanting.
The
I was
numbers
wanting
were
to use
good.
the weather ball, but I don't know.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it would be my only chance to get Z Memento right there, and obviously that's not true. But that's just what I thought in the moment.
Yeah, but it happens. You know, I think you played the game fine. It was not perfect by any means, but it happens. Yeah. So do you want to move on to? You have any final thoughts, really?
Nah.
All right. Move on to another game. I almost clicked the ban button on Frig. Well, that's just. I keep getting confused. The remove from stage is such an odd feature. Is Hazel still in chat? I kind of wanted to do. Wait, no, not Hazel. Wait, never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I'm confused.
Okay.
What games do we have left? We have
We have you and Faye. We have.
Oh yeah, me and Faye. We should do that right now. Actually, yeah. That seems ideal because Faye is here. So yeah.
I don't think I've actually seen this match before, so this is new for me. I don't think I was here for this match specifically.
Yeah. We have a little more brick break deck.
Yeah, the brick break tech goes crazy. It kind of just fucks up everything that Vanillix is trying to do.
Yeah.
Vanillix gets absolutely nothing from all this.
I think the rock's up here.
The strength sap
the
goes
strength
crazy
sap.
on Wild Plume.
No, I just did here. But unfortunately I get a sport on Beetle Jr. here. And this one I kind of just try to kill sleep turns casually. I take the Draco.
Sorry, I'm a really big fan of Curvinite.
Well, it's partially a reference to the fact that I've named a large amount of my Corviknights Rotom W in the past. Yeah. So I just decided to sit on the sleep turns for a little bit and just try to keep them up. Again, like, I just wanted to keep, like, Caesar healthy and not, like, and be able to wake up, like, and be healthy.
Yeah.
I get defogged here. Yeah, and then Ursaluna is fucking scary.
Yeah, Ursaluna will fuck shit up.
Yeah, I come in and I just intimidate it.
Still do.
Sun doesn't kill me. Yeah. I just decided to get rocks up and sack the Lando. So now I have the I'm bringing the Banded Weavile, and this Wario64 here is cooking. He had the deals on lock.
Yeah, goddamn.
Pretty fat triple axle.
Man, okay, like, how does triple axle work with loaded dice? Does it just give it all the triple axle always?
This does not. Fucking wide lens is better than loaded dice for. Throwing away the Vile Plume here was really bad. That was one of the big misplays. But yeah. Now I just got a triple axle again. Like I'm just like at this point I'm just like, well, like I'm just gonna keep clicking this until something scares me out, and I hadn't like been scared out by anything yet. Like Lopunny should have come in like way sooner. I tried triple axle again, but I'm a little too low. Like it's barely too much. When I saw the wish, I should have just immediately switched out, but I just clicked I just clicked triple axle again. But nothing major comes of it. I'm bringing Caesar and the sleep turns that I had been carefully whittling away end at the perfect time, and so now I'm +2. And now I'm +1, but the bullet punches are still fat.
Yeah, goddamn.
And then I hadn't revealed this. I saved close combat until the moment I needed it. And then fully expecting close combat. You're a stronger gamer than me. I was bluffing. I was trying to make you think I had U-turn or something. It was not a CC range. It was just a real. It was just an Oko. I calc. It was my. It was my calcs. Yeah, the Moonblast here fails to kill. And then yeah, another BP. So yeah, Beetle Jr. did a lot of fucking work that game. Simple as. But yeah. So I'll talk about my team first.
Yeah, you got the
Pretty
stakes.
yeah. Pretty straightforward. Like the Rotom and the Lando are pretty straightforward. Actually, Rotom's a little weird. We'll talk about Rotom. Rotom was basically an attempt to. It was speed creeping a Bisharp that was speed creeping a Mega Caesar. Was the that was what the EVs were for. Because I was talking about it, I was like, well, I want Rotom to be like fast enough to like burn Bisharp if it comes, which Bisharp didn't come. But like, I think that making it faster than Max Jolly is a fucking waste. I like didn't expect Max Jolly Bisharp to come at all. So that was kind of my compromise. And then otherwise it was Spadef to handle like Clef and like Zoroark Kisui and a couple other things like that. Florges is just there because it was a like kind of bonus win condition. If like obviously it's switching to dragon moves, but then it's a bonus win condition. If the like one poison resist dies and like the big physical attackers are dead, then I can just click Calm Mind like 7 billion times and not die, and Wish Protect and never die. 48 Spadef Calm was so that I could live 2 Shadow Balls from +2 Zoroark Hisui, and like get up like with Calm Mind and yeah. Yeah. Como was supposed to be the win condition in this game. Basically, the idea was that Caesar would remove Clefable and then Como would sweep. With like the throat spray, Clanging Scales, Aura Sphere, Clanger, Soul Flash Cannon. Go, Omni Boost. Let's kill. Como didn't come out, but I actually spent a lot of time agonizing over it. It's like timid 164 to speed creep like fucking some shit. I don't even remember. It was probably, I don't know. It was something. It didn't matter. It was a speed creeping something at +1 that like I didn't like want to deal with. It might have been Zoroark actually. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that didn't come out, but I thought it was really good. But I didn't need him. Yeah, again, normalized Lando. Caesar has a lot of EVs in a lot of stats. It was speed creeping something, I don't remember. Bullet Punch, Close Combat, Roost, Sword Stance. I wanted U-Turn, but I couldn't really fit it. I wanted Roost so that I would be able to stay alive and like throughout the game, which was important to me. I thought CC was ultimately better than U-Turn because I needed to be able to remove Ursaluna when it came to it. I actually think the speed was probably to outspeed Max Ursaluna. And then the fucking
Sorry.
And then Weavile was just supposed to be kind of the wall breaker and just general like fast thing. It's not Scarf, but it's cool. It does stuff. I had a knockoff triple axle brick break beat up. I think brick break was originally Ice Shard, but I just decided, well, fuck it, I don't need priority. Fuck it, we ball. But I genuinely didn't think that the like priority that wasn't Bullet Punch like didn't do that much. Brick break was also originally like, and then beat up was originally low kick. So brick break kind of ended up filling the low kick role, anyways. Beat up was for Colberberry Slowbro. Because if Colbur Slowbro came, then knockoff would be like not a 2-hit KO. And so basically the idea was, and you can actually see my party is ordered in order of their attack stat from lowest to highest, so that the weakest hit of beat up would hit first on Colbur Slowbro and proc the Colberberry, and then all the stronger hits of beat up would hit full strength.
That's crazy tech.
And so that was what beat up was for, but Slowbro didn't come either. Even though I was terrified of it. So yeah, that was my team. Even with how it went, I feel like I actually had a lot of different avenues to win, even if Faye hadn't thrown away stuff. I liked this team. I thought it was good. and that's my story. Mega Caesar is the best Pokemon in the game. Thank you. Let's move on to Faye, though. I really like the name of this Pokepaste, by the way. Okay. Greater Chicago Glue Factory. Let's invite Faye in here.
Unfortunately, the glue factory was raided by wild horses.
Yeah.
At the very least, Corleone killed the Landorus, the mascot horse of the team.
Yeah. The ultimate horse. Yeah. What's your thought process on a lot of these guys?
Some of them are like self-explanatory. Like the Clefable like checks a lot of stuff and checks some stuff defensively, and then the Vileplume like is like pretty good against was pretty good against, well, would have been if I didn't sack it like a fool, but it would have been good against like the Sizzle and the Landers and Rotom.
Yeah.
The Lopunny is of course like speed control, and I was like my main stab was just gonna be return anyway.
Yeah.
It's like
you always have the knockoff annoyance or fake out. I guess knockoff.
Yeah. Like,
you always have the annoyance of fake out.
There's like a lot of fighting resist on your team, so I was just like did Drain Punch just in case I got any chip from while trying to like kill the Weavile or the Crawdon if that came.
Yeah.
Just like stay topped off. Just like everything else, most of the rest of your team is like, I want to click return instead.
Yeah. I will say about Lopunny, I almost brought Covert Cloak Komolo so that you could pivot in Lopunny like 5 times and fake out and end my sweep. Because the fake outs were all doing like 20% in the calculator and I hated it.
You did also speed, because he speed crept my Lopunny with Komolo, that would have stopped me from being able to like encore it with Lopunny.
Yeah.
But I still could have like encored the Florges or something, or just like killed it with a button.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a funny little Vanillux here. I want to hear more about that.
Yeah, the Vanillux, you know, like, I knew that like you were gassing up, like, yeah, not having any ice resist, or like, and like being scared of, like Ursula on the screen, so like.
Yeah, and I kept saying Veil's broken.
I probably should have brought like Zoroark, just to, like, as like a brick break blocker.
Yeah.
But then like Autotomize, I thought that, like, maybe if like mid game I get a turn, I could just do something. I could like click Freeze Dry a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And then like the Magic Cut was just in case like you brought something that could taunt me. But then like the Weavile, like when it was lead Weavile, it was like, well, you're just gonna click a fighting move. You're just gonna click Brick Break. So I'm just gonna get my screen really quick. And and for the Autotomize, I think I speed crept a Scarf Primate, because like I don't he had like a pretty like good speed tier, and it was like I think it was like the fastest like all of your faster. It was either like Blacephalon was like I wouldn't be beating that with Vanillux anyways, and then the other two, I wasn't like expecting like Talonflame or like Weavile to like be Scarf or anything, so that was like the fastest thing that I thought that Vanillux would do something against. And then the Salamence is like a pretty normal pretty normal defogger set.
Yeah.
Like,
Nice little
I guess
pivot.
he cut the Lando Stallion. He was like, I could have outsped like, again like Primate, but then it was he like defined of it anyways with my Intimidate.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to use Salamence against that. And then for less talk, I like a grand vision for like less talk Ursaluna. It's like if the fucking Vanillix wasn't like cucked hard, then like it would have been like really, it would have just gone like a lot more kills and just wouldn't be broken down. Like when he thought it was gonna break down, I was just gonna less talk you, and then like I remember like thinking about like what should I use alongside Facade, and I was just like looking at what the best coverage would have been. I just decided like Earth. I guess I just decided like Earthquake gives me the fewest free switchings that I would be worried about.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of the
Sure.
Levitate mod, like ground immunities were like I had others I could like switch in Vile Plume or something.
Yeah.
I could switch in like Vile Plume against like Lando and Rotom, and then Salamence against the Talonflame if that came.
Yeah. I will say, I think that for me, with Ursaluna, I had not thought about. I think it's the most anybody has ever thought about bulletproof and soundproof in any capacity ever. Because I was scared of bulletproof Ursaluna because it would block both of Homo's special fighting stabs, and then I was scared of like. And then I kept like second guessing myself on if I should run bulletproof or soundproof on my Como because I was thinking about Zoroark and I was like, okay, well, bulletproof blocks Shadow Ball, but soundproof blocks Hyper Voice. But then if they expect the bulletproof, then like to bring Bitter Malice instead of Shadow Balls, so that it doesn't get blocked by bulletproof. And I like was freaking out about it. I thought more about soundproof and bulletproof than any human has before. So shouts out to that. I did eventually go soundproof Como, and that's my story. But yeah, any like final thoughts?
Oh yeah, the Moonblast was specifically if he would try to like switch into Sludge Bomb with bulletproof to like get a setup opportunity.
Oh,
on
that's actually good. That's a good bit.
Because like it also has like, and it also has like overcode for like, to like if you want to like switch it on like Sleep Powder to
Yeah. Fucking Como abilities, man. But yeah, you think that about wraps it up?
Oh yeah, and also you did mention like the Glue Factory name earlier. Like everyone here except for like Illinois Golf Course is named something related to like dead horses. So like Jelly Boys like uses like gelatin. Like Corleone is a Godfather reference. Barren Island is a place in Brooklyn where it had like a horse processing plant, and then like rendering is like the process of of like turning horses into whatever to make them into like glue and stuff.
Good
And then like Marcelet is the injury that makes them get put down.
Damn.
If I remember right.
Well, my one horse did get put down, so you succeeded in that goal.
And then Lopunny is on a trip to Chicago and having a good time.
Yeah. All right. I think that about wraps that up. So I think we can move on to our next replay, which I think should be Belloon. That's gonna be our second to last replay for the night, if I'm not mistaken. So pull this up. So because Bell had literally fucking like 5 minute, like Bell had like a day to team build. So I actually built this for her because she is inexperienced and she doesn't have time. So she'll talk about the game itself once she's done, but then I'll talk more about the building ideas, and yeah. I just wanted to make sure stuff kept on track. Yeah. The instant fucking trick room I like didn't expect from Lilly. I was like, well, I mean, like trick room, sure, but like I really didn't expect trick room lead.
Silver.
This is a good Megavolt switch.
Damn, that would have caught me because I didn't even realize Vigavolt got Levitate. Because I played Sun and Moon like 7 years ago. And right about now, it's time to rock with the Biggity Buck Bumble.
Yeah. And then this just comes back in and just
Yeah, Blissey does Blissey things.
Just trick rooms again. Quick Gleam to just kind of chip that and then die.
And then here comes the big motherfucker.
This shit is crazy. Yeah, because Swampert got thrown away early in the game, and Mel did not immediately switch in Frostseed. Melmetal just kind of fucking like, dude, look at those numbers.
Yeah,
look, I know that was a crit, but like, look at those fucking numbers, dude.
Melmetal is fucked
Frostseed
up,
finally
bro.
comes in, and this is the first guy that actually like does stuff against fucking Melmetal, like, at all. I don't know why she went for double attack. I don't know. It's fine. I don't know if she knows fully what Protect does.
She's trying her best.
She's trying her best. She had like 5 minutes to prepare for this team. It's fine.
It's a zoomer.
Lilly just did this because she wanted to like use Belly Drum, and it was like really a bad idea. Like, this didn't work at all.
Yeah, but it's...
There's no universe where this worked.
Yeah, but like, I understand the vision. I understand the vision. I respect it because I would have done the same, even though it wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah. I think Gengar just cleans up. Yeah. Sash, so yeah. Just cleans up real quick. So, yeah. That's that. So we can kind of talk about teams. I guess I'll talk about Bells first because I like built it. Fucking basically the idea was that Blissey would wall Porygon C, which didn't come, and we would just wall all the other special attackers. And then Ferroseed and Swampert would wall the physical attackers. Swampert was taking like no fuck. I only made 144 defense, and it was still like just taking fucking nothing from Melmetal, and it was threatening 2-hit KO. So like Swampert was kind of crazy. So I went with like yeah. So the idea is basically just like yeah, like use this defensive core to like check like Mel and oh yeah, I should let Bell in now. Also, forgot about that. Bell's been patient.
Yeah, she's been waiting a while.
Hi, Bell.
Yeah!
Yeah!
But yeah.
I was in agony when I was having all the things that I did describe.
I'm so sorry.
Look, you gotta understand. I literally have no fucking clue. I'm working on it. I'm fucking working on it.
You didn't have much time. It's okay.
To be fair, that is my fault. I'm gonna be upfront. That is my fault. I could have had more time, but I chose to do other things because I'm an idiot. But it's fine. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Pokemon, and Pokemon is awesome. What?
No.
Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Swampert was the wall Mel. Frostseed kind of also like walled like non like Fire Punch or Superpower Mill and walled Azumarill. And then Altaria was kind of supposed to be just the general purpose sweeper, just like I'm gonna click buttons. Nidoking breaks walls with the really good coverage moves. Look at the coverage moves; they're really good. And then Hat is hazard control, and for Calm Mind, Draining Kiss, she's Mystical Fire was also for Mel in the case of Trick Room.
Keep this going, I gotta pee.
If Trick Room went up, then would underspeed Mel in Trick Room, and then with like I think one Calm Mind, it would Oko with Mystical Fire. Yeah. That's like basically the gist of it. It's a pretty simple team. Like it was basically just kind of a pretty simple balance thing. Like I built it in like 45 minutes, so
I forgot.
Not that complicated. I just figured bringing the right defensive checks and the right offensive checks. Like the EV spreads aren't that complicated. Swampert is the most complicated. It's just to live Mel stuff, and then Oko like threatened to do the KO with Earthquake. Otherwise, this is kind of normal as fuck. I'll be real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts on your performance?
Oh. If I look, I know that I wasted Swampert, and that's pretty bad on its own. I could have survived that. I think definitely switching into Frosty like way sooner would have been good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I could have done that.
Yeah, you threw away Blissey like way too quickly. Like Frosty would have at least like chipped and like threatened stuff on.
Yep.
On Mel in a way that. Yeah. And if Trick Room was still up, you would have outsped in Trick Room. You would have gone first. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thanks
yeah,
for going
I hope
a
you're
little
looking
bit,
forward to
I'm extremely looking forward to anything that
looking
comes
forward
of
to
this.
just building for real next time. Yeah, now that we're back on track.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm balling.
yeah.
I'm like, from here on, I'm super fucking excited.
I don't know if Morgan's back.
I am. I'm really hoping
okay.
that chat didn't hear like the monster piss I just took.
I did not hear it. I did not hear it, so I don't think chat did.
It was like genuinely like the most forceful piss I've ever taken in my life. I felt like my soul was being drained out of my fucking body.
It's crazy. I've been there.
I didn't even have like a coffee or anything today. I've just been holding that in all stream.
So yeah, we can open Lily's team now. Lillie is not here, so I'm just gonna assume. So yeah, pretty simple spreads overall here. I don't see anything especially out of the ordinary. Banded Melmetal was kind of a fun choice for being the fucking like just like for being the trick room sweeper. I think that she just made the assumption that like I'm gonna just like double iron bash in trick room and it doesn't matter what other buttons I click. And she was kind of right.
I mean, like,
I'll be real.
honestly though.
Yeah. Yeah. She had other moves at first on Indeedee Female. One thing about Indeedee Female that I kind of didn't know or I didn't think about was that like Trick Room is incompatible with a lot of moves because it's like not supposed to be fucking legal. It's like an accident. Like it was accidentally like they put it in Indeedee Female's raid moveset, even though it's only supposed to be learned by Indeedee Male. So it's incompatible with a lot of stuff. So like Lillie tried to have like expanding force and stuff on that Indeedee, but it like ended up with this that was just kind of thrown together like last second. Another notable thing is that Lillie did not know about the Gen 8 Healing Wish mechanics change, which I guess if anybody doesn't know, fucking Gen 8 Healing Wish and Gen 9 Healing Wish, it fucking stores the Healing Wish if the recipient is at full health. It just stores it until they take damage, which is kind of nuts. And it's especially crazy on Melmetal. But that meant that there was kind of a good opportunity for Lillie to use a Healing Wish, where she instead went for Gleam, which I don't even think it was a bad Gleam. It did a lot of chip, but it's like worth noting. Yeah, Gengar's good. This is just clearly meant to be, I guess, a secondary Trick Room setter. Also T-Spikes. That's interesting. It's actually a really interesting Gengar set. I'll be real.
Yeah,
but it had the moves it needed to. I guess the idea was that the T-Spikes would spread the status like as the game went on, and then Hex.
Oh, you know,
a lot of this was
got that. That's genius.
Yeah, a lot of this was built, I assume, when it was still Devi's team, and that was before there was a grounded poison type. So, like, that's worth noting. Like, Bell got that Nido Queen, so it didn't work out quite the same way.
Yeah.
Vikavolt, Zeke. I don't know. This thing's kind of a monster. I'm kind of surprised there's no webs on it, but I guess it's Trick Room, so you don't want webs. But yeah, it did its job. It clicked a big button, and yeah, like if you haven't looked lately, Vikavolt has 145 special attack.
Holy shit!
It hits really hard, and it's a really good Trick Room mon. As a result, that's like, I assume why it's here. This was kind of full Trick Room, frankly. Azumarill, this was just a pure tier Trick Room is this is just full Trick Room. I don't know. Lillie just decided to go full Trick Room, and I'd respect it. Yeah, just Belly Drum, Liquidation, Play Rough, Ice Spinner. The Zoomerl just got thrown away for no reason, like, just for funny. Which I respect, but it also fucked over a differential. Yeah, and then Mandibuzz, just good. I don't know, it just does all the like, flying type, bulky pivot stuff that you want it to do. It is just Mandibuzz. It's simply Mandibuzz. There's not much more to say. So that's Lily's team. I think pretty straightforward. So we can move on to. I mean, I think we only have our final game left here, which is the one that I have requested you not view.
Yeah.
The one that you'll be seeing for the first time.
Yeah, this is the only other one I did not view. Every other match I've seen, although week 2, I have not seen like any other matches that have happened. So, but for week 1, this is like the only other match I didn't watch besides Sienna's.
Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, Hazel and Mike are gonna be in here soon. I don't think Charlotte's gonna show up, but yeah, it's fine. It's Charlotte. This shows itself. Let's get Charlotte's team going though, please.
Okay. So I'm gonna give this my fullest attention. I'm gonna give it my like full reaction. I'm a big fan of Scary Scissors.
Get Charlotte's theme song.
Oh fuck, you're right. Hold on.
We need
Pause.
it. We need it for this game.
Pause.
Desperately.
Okay. So Scary Scissors gets out of there. Is Scary Scissors even do sticky web? I don't think so. No.
It does.
Oh,
it
did?
It lands webs. It didn't do it, but it landed it.
Yeah, I know it learns it.
Oh yeah. It didn't get webs up.
Stip Sneeply. Reaper Willow. Oh my god, it's Big Boss versus Little Boss. Holy shit. I'm so curious when we're gonna get to the point of the match where I just go, holy shit. Facade is cool tech. Honestly, the Facade Gliscor is like something I had never even considered before.
Yeah. You guys missed.
The sad poltergeist miss.
Dead Sneasling.
Swineful
Oh, he's picking a power whip.
Yeah, I would have expected the power whip. No. No. Is that why you told me not to watch? What the fuck? Not the fucking Quick Claw proc. That's fucked up. What the hell, man? No!
It was faster anyways, but it's still fucked up.
It's gonna flinch.
And then the fucking flinch.
Oh my god. Into the ice shard. Jesus Christ. Not the... What the fuck? Oh my god. The like insane amount of Quick Claw procs is crazy.
fucking reason, the fucking fact that Quick Claw brought it all, it's fucking absurd.
And it worked!
Now they fucking SD.
We can't even shit talk bringing Quick Claw because it literally worked. Oh my god, and just Weeper Willow staring down Danny DeVito. That really was cruelty. That Gligar was being dragged into the streets to be shot. That was funny as fuck.
Oh god. Funniest fucking replay of the week by far. I don't. Yeah, this is to be clear. To be clear to everyone, Charlotte multiple times said, "I intend to win by cheating," when talking about their draft plans. And well, I mean, this isn't technically cheating, but it is in spirit. So yeah. All right. Let's open up the teams. I guess let's get Hazel and Mike to talk about their team first. Mike's team first, and I figured both of you probably had a fair hand in this team, so talk about it.
We did. All right. Let's see. So, Iron Moth was included just because of its move variety. Psychic and Discharge.
Yeah, Discharge was there for Mantine.
Yeah, and Psychic in the event that Charlotte thought they could throw Iron Moth out by switching into Sneasler. We were really worried about Sneasler, and I'm really surprised that it just went down to Delmise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a scary Pokemon.
Yeah, Hazel kept telling me, like, of its abilities, of how it can keep, like, U-turning with Poison Touch. She was building it up. And Sneasler is one of the reasons why we brought Danny DeVito Gligar as well.
Yeah, which I mean I think that was appropriate. I mean I think that was the entire reason that Sneasler didn't do a lot that game.
Yeah. I knew it would wall. I didn't know it would only take 20% from a close combat. That was impressive. Yeah. And also
that's
immunity makes it like even better. Hisuian Samurai, just because it's good. One funny thing is that halfway through team building, Hazel was like, "Wait a minute, do you have an answer for Buzzwole, like at all?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't." And then we saw, Hisuian Samurai gets Air Slash. Oh, it can Oko it.
Uninvested, this Air Slash.
Uninvested minus special attack. Sharpness is just that good.
Yeah, it will one shot 252 HP Buzzwole.
God damn.
So we were just like, we gotta include that. Bought an Ampharos because it's the Mega. I also liked how I could throw Heal Bell on it in the event that Sneasler was popping off with status effects.
And just like any status coming out. Yeah. Like Gliscor Toxic Spreading too.
That too. Enamorous, because it's just also very good. Not with how I used it, but
but yeah, Moonblast spam would have done a lot if it hadn't just died to Icicle Crash. On the most obvious Icicle Crash in the world.
My brain went like just zero brain power, and I thought, oh well, if it gets hit with Earthquake, I can avoid it, and I guess I just don't have like object permanence for moves I just saw. But yeah, so Enamorous, good Pokemon. I didn't use it well. And then Delmise.
I think Grassnot was there for Mamoswine.
Yeah.
Psychic is, again, even though Moonblast, it's like if something weird happened, if screens appeared or something, because I mean, Enamorous just doesn't need a lot of move slots when it can spam Moonblast.
Yeah,
So
and
Psychic
another...
and healing. Psychic kills Sneasler through Light Screen, Healing Wish is Healing Wish.
Yeah, and then Delmise as the spinner. Poltergeist is a good move. I threw Brick Break on it. I forget which Pokemon it was, but one of them I know is a screen setter. And so we thought that basically,
Charlotte is the one with Bronzong, right?
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That was, and so the thought was, okay, throw in Sponge Boy Me Bob and hit a Brick Break.
But also Poltergeist Spam and Rapid Spin were both just big things. I don't remember what exactly that... Or no, you made that defensive stat spread. That was all you.
Yes, I wanted it to be a little hardier, just so it could like switch into stuff to remove setup. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the thought that went into this planning and during the fight just fell out my head once it was done. But yeah, I think
I don't know what 40 speed on... I feel like I was involved in 40 speed on Ampharos being a thing. I don't know what it was for.
I forget to...
Mega Sableye?
Might have been... Oh, because... Well, we didn't end up putting Dazzling Gleam on it, but... Mega Sableye is not...
Mega Sableye is even slower than that, though.
Yeah, it's base 20 speed.
Yeah.
No clue.
Mystery.
Oh well, mystery is forever.
But yeah, and then, I mean, the items are pretty self-explanatory. I put Expert Belt and Muscle Band on Samurott and Iron Moth to try and preserve their ability to switch into different moves, which I thought would be a really big threat, and it just was not.
Yeah. I still feel like Muscle Band maybe could have been Life Orb. If it was, that crit on turn 2 wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Hey Will, thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody. We're right at the end of our Draft League review. And special thanks to George Alpha Male Irwin.
Special fucking thanks. Any like final thoughts on that? On this team?
I just want to again highlight how insane turn 1 was. It keeps getting glossed over because of everything else that happened, but
it's supremely stupid battle.
No fire move coming out from Iron Moth, but then U-turn ending up actually being correct because of the focus sash, and the subsequent critical hit from Ceaseless Edge.
I think my
Scald happening.
Yeah, my reasoning for not throwing a fire move out was because I thought the only thing I have on it is Overheat. If I do that, I'm going to have to switch it back out. And if I could switch to Samurott, I didn't think Masquerain could do a lot to Samurott, so I could just get some
even though it's Bug versus Dark. Ceaseless Edge is the move, yeah.
Ceaseless Edge, yeah. It's I thought I could pop some of those off to get set up.
Right.
But
and you did get a spike up, and that spike ended up actually being quite important because it let it put Sneasler into Poltergeist range.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, and I will say I was also surprised at that.
Yeah, I calced afterwards. Sneasler was exactly in guaranteed death to Poltergeist range when it appeared in front of Delmise.
Thank God.
It was exactly minimum 76%.
That fucking quick claw one. All the people who just entered the raid get to see that. All the fucking people who just entered through the raid get to see the fucking quick claw happening again.
Yeah. It's like the funniest
see all the cheese in the fucking battle.
The funniest thing that could possibly happen.
It's just
a fucking flinch.
I would not expect it in a million years in any sort of like attempt at competitive Pokemon, but
Wait.
there it was, and it just destroyed.
Did Mamoswine just not have Earthquake? Is that what was happening there?
Well, we'll see when we look at
Sauzels
Sauzels
Team.
Team.
It has Earthquake. It threw it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
let's
wonder
pull
if
up.
that would have killed there, but yeah.
We can open up Charlotte's team now. I think.
Okay, that's it for us then.
Yeah, get out of here!
All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
We are
All right.
screaming
So
speed.
I
Good game.
kind of helped Charlotte prep for this,
Oh, so you're responsible.
but like okay, like I'm not is the thing because
I'm
like
joking.
I told Charlotte. Okay, here's basically what I did. Charlotte DM'd me and was like, "Hey, what do you think I should bring versus Mike?" And I was like, "Well, Sneasler does pretty well, and then you probably want Mamoswine, and then I'd probably bring like Gliscor and like Coco and Alecki, and then you can just like figure out the sixth one." That's like basically the extent of how much I prepped Charlotte. So it wasn't that much. So never in a million years did I fucking expect Quick Claw, Mamoswine. And it's like Quick Claw isn't the worst item ever. It really isn't. Like it's people use it sometimes because sometimes just fucking you can just cheese people. And sometimes it's worth it to cheese someone. Yeah, but you know, I don't know all of the like thought processes that went into this. Fucking the trucking Alecki has ancient power, which is really funny. I think Alecki was supposed to be meant to be like a pivot and then like hazard removal, but like fucking ancient power is a good bit. Yeah, like I actually kind of fucking respect having Volt Switch and U-turn on Coco. Just like fuck it, let's do both. Who give a fuck? Grass Knot was probably for something. I don't remember. I don't fucking know. If I look at my sheet, it's like probably for like I don't know. Probably Gastrodon if I had to guess, because Gastrodon would like switch into it and then get Grass Knotted, or for Trapinch too.
Mm-hmm.
But Trapinch, I would imagine, is pretty light, so it wouldn't take that much from Grass Knot. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Specs, Volt Switch, U-turn, Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, Coco is like would be the craziest set on any other team, but this is a Charlotte team, so
yeah.
Master Rain's pretty normal. Gliscor, I don't really know what the 72 speed is for. It's probably for something. It might have been for like, I don't know, something in like that base 85 range. Not really sure exactly. The fucking yeah. Protective pads, Sneasler's good. This is kind of like a mix of like a pivot Sneasler, but also like a sweeper. It's like not an unburdened Sneasler, but it like has sword stance and stuff to like do whatever. And they also like they have to respect the idea of unburdened because Coco's there. But like even then, it's still just like scary Volt turn, whatever. But like again, none of that fucking mattered because like Mamoswine. He truly was the most swineful Pokemon in existence.
It genuinely, like, is maybe one of the funniest things I've ever seen happen in competitive.
It's just so... God damn.
Pour one out tonight for Mamoswine.
Yeah. but yeah, I mean that about covers it. We've gone through every match that we have. Yeah, stay tuned for next week, where we'll be going over the remaining. Well, we'll be going over the week 2 matches.
Yeah.
Because we're doing this for a while. We're gonna do this for like 3 months. So, I mean, stay tuned, gamers.
Be fucking prepared.
But yeah. I think that about covers it. Morgan will... I'm pretty tuckered out, so Morgan will figure out what they are going to do.
I'm gonna do whatever I want forever! Yay!
The rest of the... the rest of the stream. So good luck with that. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for... Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you as always for your, like, insight. Because, like, I'm... Not that I'm, like, dumb about competitive Pokemon, but you put, like, a lot more thought into it than me. I mostly just click buttons that I know are funny and work.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, and good shit to everyone who played. Like, whether you're a new player or experienced, like, you know, it's for everyone. I want everybody to enjoy it. But yeah. Bye-bye. Peace.
Alright. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, the Week 1 Draft League review. Tak in the showdown of Pokemon, so true. Well, I hope despite the fact that you had to play Tak and the power of Juju, I hope you had a good stream.